for always following me and watching. I'm
Hi,
telling you
I'm
good
Kyle.
evening. You're Kyle, and I'm telling you good evening instead of good morning.
Oh yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, Kyle, welcome to the Sip and Share episode. We
Yeah,
are so happy
thank you
to
for
have
having
you
me.
here. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for
so
having me.
very good. Yeah. I'm sipping on my tea as we speak.
I
Yeah,
am drinking a bottle of Coke.
very good. That's okay. On the sip and share, you sip on anything. The most important thing is like you're sharing. You're sharing info, you're sharing a story, you're sharing whatever. It's okay. Whatever you sip on is
Absolutely.
good. Yes, yes. So, Kyle, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Kyle, born and raised in Tucson, Arizona.
Ooh,
And I have been in the entertainment business my entire life, and I love it ever since.
yeah. What do you like it about entertainment so much? Is it just like inborn thing, or did you get there with somebody and then you stuck there? What
Yeah,
happened?
so um, my life kind of got started at a very early age in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my parents I was going to fly myself to Chicago to audition for a small little television show called American Idol. Um, I didn't make it far on the show, but it was a good experience. So I stopped singing for a little bit. And I knew from a very early start that I wanted to perform and I wanted to do all the backstage stuff from lighting to sound to audio and all that jazz. um so from there I kind of I went off and went on did local stuff here in Arizona and went on tour with went on the road with Taylor Swift with the Eras, as
Wow.
well as doing Ed Sheeran, Brooks and Dunn, all the big names.
Okay.
And then went to Ships for the very first time, so I've been doing it for almost a year now.
Oh wow! And we have somebody watching. Bar, how are you? That's my editor, the one who is watching now.
Wow, hello, hello.
Hi, Bar. Yeah, so that's nice. Yeah, no, it's so I'm so happy that you came because I know, like, myself being in the ship, we work together, right? So many people want
Absolutely.
to know, yes, want to know like how to get in, how to do that, and sometimes it's better to host somebody that does something else apart from
Hmm.
myself, so it sheds
Yeah.
more light. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I get, the best thing about entertainment in general is to make people smile and be able to create the spectacle that transcends generations too, from a 95-year-old grandmother to a 5-year-old, and see the look on people's faces and see them smile and bring that journey and bring the feeling towards them and making those memories together.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun. It's how sometimes you even don't know like how much you're creating for somebody else. You think you're there doing the work, but then at the end of the day, it's the satisfactory part that comes out of it, right? So wait, before we proceed, you said you're an American Idol.
I did. I want to be a singer for my entire life. In fact, it started with the very famous Jonathan Lee Iverson from Ringling Brothers and Barn Billy's Circus. Um, I've been watching the show I'm watching the show from 2002 with my mom ever
Wow.
since, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And
Yeah.
so I didn't have the funds. I was still a junior year in high school, and I told my mom I
Yeah.
was going to save up, save up. I'm going to fly myself to Chicago to go audition for this show. She's like, okay, go. That's what I did. I flew out to Chicago, stayed with my cousin out there,
Mhm.
and auditioned for the show, and um, kind of made magic happen from there.
Yeah, that's what you call drive, right? You just do whatever you want to do. You follow your
You
heart.
have to. You gotta take the
Yeah,
risks. You
you
have to
have
take the
to.
risks, and that's what I tell people is that nothing happens for a reason.
Yeah, if you don't.
And
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So how did you get in the ship then? Like, how did you now maneuver from, let's say, doing the entertainment part of it on land and then transferring to a ships? How did you even think of ships? Did you just look for them? Did somebody suggest?
Um. Well, my goal for entertainment and what I want to do for a career was always to travel. I've always loved the traveling. I always love doing entertainment and travel at the same time. Um, Before ships, I want to be the ringmaster under the big top, under the circus, and that was the whole goal in life until that got shut down. And my buddy Greg, who's also a part of like the union and IATSE and all them here in America,
Yeah.
sent me a list, a 95-page list of all the jobs happening. Yeah, it's crazy, of all
Wow.
the jobs happening in the US, and Princess Cruises was one of them. So I immediately sent a direct email to the dude with my resume. I was like, hey, resume attached. Next thing I know, I have an interview. And I was like, oh my
Wow.
goodness. So yeah. And it kind of
Mhm.
just happened magic like that. And so here we are today, and now we're working the seven high seas.
Wow, that was that was so quick. Do you know how much it takes? Sometimes, like I've seen people, and I'll be honest, like sometimes journeys do differ for people who join in the shifts, and I think departments also, right?
Hmm.
Yes, because some departments people really apply over and over and over without even getting any lead. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So, which department do you lie in? Are you on a technical? Are you hotel or are you nautical? Where are you? Are you hotel?
I'm over in hotel. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
over in hotel.
Oh, nice. So, do you like
Mhm.
apply directly with the company? So, like Princess, did you apply directly or did you do third party?
I I went directly through them. I went directly
Oh,
through Princess.
okay. And by now, I'm sure somebody watching is like, "What do you do on the ship? What do you do? What do you do?"
Yeah, so we're part of the whole production of the ship. So we make all the shows, the bands, the live entertainment round come alive. From audio to lighting to mixing sound, to building the rig and everything in between. So we're the guys in black, making sure you all look special under the light.
And then, yeah, you fixing the light, showing that makeup off, right?
Absolutely.
So, what if somebody's going to search for such a position? What do they look for? Like which role? What is the title of the role?
Um, well, my role right now is stage crew, but it's gonna be under entertainment.
Oh.
That's where you'll look if you ever want to apply. And uh, they're always looking. That's what I
Mhm.
tell people. They're always looking if you want the job. Um, and it doesn't hurt to start somewhere. My biggest recommendation is kind of if you have the opportunity to do it on land first, get your foot in the door, and then kind of build
Yes.
it from up there. And that's how
Yeah.
I did it. With the eras and with Rhino and everybody else here in town. I started locally and made my way up, and I just tried hard as I can until I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, the ships are always looking. They're always hiring. I tell people like sometimes it's the belief that you can get in and you keep like maybe sometimes I feel like it's the resume. Maybe somebody has the how do you say the responsibilities. They can do it.
Yeah,
They're yeah they're built for that position, but they just don't know how to sell themselves. How to package themselves.
yeah, and ships and cruise ships are way different than land. It's
Yeah.
just a whole different concept. And when I started, I was like, "Oh, this will be easy," and I was in the wrong.
No, tell
I
me about
was
it.
I was in
Tell
the
me about
wrong.
it. The first contract. Oh my God. Boom, boom, boom. Like I almost quit the first week. To be honest, I'm like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? But it's the working hours because somebody's not used to, and
Hmm.
normally it's the body. Your body is not used to going and going nonstop.
Nonstop, 8 to 12 hours a day, something like that.
Yeah, sometimes, and sometimes it's even more if you have drills.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're done with work, you just want to sleep. You're like, I'm done with today. I don't even
Yeah,
want to get up. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sleep.
I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see anyone. So funny. Yeah, no, but I'm really, it's so nice to talk about it sometimes with people who can understand because sometimes you get off the ships, you go back home, you meet your family, and even if you wanna tell them what's going on or just like talk about it, yes, it's a conversation, but to some extent, they don't get it.
No, you don't. They don't. And I, you know, that's why I tell people too is that you don't understand the industry that we're in until you
Yeah,
actually do it. because then it's just a bunch of guessing games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's hard to explain people what what the lifestyles actually is. You know?
Yeah, yeah, until somebody gets in. Okay. So now, I didn't finish the question. People need to still know because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
dude.
they're gonna be like, okay, so now he's a stage crew, you know. What kind of person are they looking for? Like any experience? Like, is there any specific things they need to know? You know?
Um, yeah, I mean, definitely if you work with like DMX cables, to plug in, you know, a certain light fixture,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, the Avium, a data cable.
Yeah.
If you know what those are, you're in the door. It's super, like I said, it's super simplistic. It's not like any of the stuff on land, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
you could learn it. You could definitely learn in a heartbeat. It's super easy.
Yeah, they can learn. Yeah, at least they have a backbone, and they can. Normally, you can just improve on what you have because some
Yeah.
departments are so are so head on. Like you come in and you start the work, and you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do here? Because remember, you're
Yeah,
not
I
being
mean,
trained.
yeah, and it's fast paced too. I mean, we're building the show, and then directly after, we break the whole thing
Yeah,
down and start for a whole new day. You know, so it's
yeah,
definitely fast paced. You definitely gotta, you know, watch out for safety hazards and make sure you're doing the right thing left and
mhm.
right. So
And it's different shows, right? You don't do like one show. You do like different sets, different shows.
yeah, we got about 5 shows on board. Believe it or not, there's
Oh,
about 5 shows on board, and that's not including the band, usually. And then we also have guest entertainers that come on board, not just us.
mhm.
So there's a lot of moving parts, and not only the main theater, but the lounges too. You know, the
Yeah,
lounges
I
with
saw
other.
you. I saw you moving
So
around. Like, oh my god,
yeah, it's crazy.
it's
It's
crazy
like,
good.
yeah, you're running around the ship like a maniac. Let me tell you what. You're like, go, 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 over here, over there.
You're on deck five. They need somebody in the theater on deck seven. You're like, oh. I think that's one thing, to be honest, that I appreciated when I was on Princess because I used to work in one bar.
Yeah.
Like obviously we have like rotating bartenders, and I really like being in one spot. And I know some people prefer to move around, right? But I prefer like
Yeah,
one spot. Yeah, one spot. I'm a one spot person. Yeah, Kyle, that's nice. So how has been your experience so far? Let's hear
I
how
love
did.
it. It's been so fantastic. The crew's great.
Mm-hmm.
The people on board's amazing. The guests are awesome. You can interact with them left and right, make share stories, and kind of
Yeah.
tell them what the back end of what your job is and how lifestyle is with them. The
Yes.
best part about it too is you're gonna meet people from all over the world, in
Yay.
several different countries. I mean, that's the diversity on there is amazing. It's just unreal. And of course, the itineraries, the travel is awesome. You get to visit places you've never been before,
Yeah.
and honestly get paid for doing it. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
just the
true.
luxury of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. Like, especially if you like what you're doing, if you enjoy what you do, then it's more like you're being paid to do what
Oh
you
yeah.
like, you know? Yeah.
In fact, my buddy Zaldi called me from the other day, and he's in the Philippines. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh, wow.
I'm talking people from the Philippines. I'm talking to people now from Africa and China,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. I'm like,
I,
"What the heck is happening?"
we are,
I've
it's
never
a
done this
small
before.
moving world. Oh, you reminded me so much, you know? You make me laugh because I remember so much. There's a time we had like, in Good Spirits, we had like 10, yeah? And all of us were from different, like, all of us, everybody was like from a different country. I was like, what? We could not even gossip in our own language.
I love it. It's the best part, you know.
It's the best
But
part, really. Yeah. So I know it's rosy. I know it's looking good so far, but I'm gonna crack the bubble because people will be like, "But I know people who are on board and they don't like it. I know people who are on board and they just ready to leave." What do you think many people face as a challenge, like being on the ship? What will you think make somebody feel like this job
um,
is not for me?
yeah, you know, I think the biggest challenge for people is home. You're so far depending on where you're at in the world. Um, I think leaving the family, leaving the boyfriend, the girlfriends, and the husbands and wives and the kids and all that. I think that's the hardest part. I mean, you're on sea for 6 months,
Yeah.
if and then you're off for two, and you're back out on another plane to another port. So I
Mhm.
think that's the biggest struggle for everybody. But what's cool about it is that you have WhatsApp, and it's completely free, and you can stay connected with them all day long, 7 days a week. You can mail stuff to them as a souvenir, or, a postcard, be like, hey, but it's just so,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest struggle for people is the family and the kids and the husbands and wives.
Yeah. Who said hi? Alan Green said hi. Yeah. Alan. No, yeah, I understand because yeah, to be honest, and I think also personality sometimes. Some people are like maybe quiet. No, quiet is not a bad personality. It's like how do you say those people who are like their personal space and they don't like to
Yeah,
mingle so much. So when they come on board and everything is shared, almost everything is shared. You know,
yeah.
where you eat, where you sleep, unless you're like an officer, where you go for anything, unless I don't know where you can be alone.
Fair. But that's the cool part is that you make friends along the way and you
Yeah.
support them left and right, and I remember my first time I got on board, I didn't know anybody and I was like, okay, let's just do the job and let's see how it goes.
I remember.
And next thing I know, I'm like, okay, now I'm getting the vibe. Like that's the feel, and
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so yeah, I mean, they are, and honestly, the crew members on board, they are family. They are your family on these 6 months, and whether they have been on board before you or before or after, you have somebody to talk to. You always having fun to party with and look out and go see adventures and do so many other things. They are your family, and
Yeah.
it's like a community. The ship is a community, and it's sad when you leave because when you disembark and go home and you're like, man, you think about all the memories you made past then,
I
and
know,
the
I know.
the journeys that you can share with them from now on and for a lifetime.
No, it's true. Yeah, I got through my pictures. I'm like, oh my god, this was so nice. I'm like, who was this? And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like so many pictures. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I'm like, I need to delete pictures so I can make like more storage on my phone, and I get so emotional. Like I cannot even delete the pictures.
It is because it's on to the next thing, and it's like, will I
Mm.
ever see these people again? Will I ever talk to them again? Like they are. It's like you build a community, and I think or a friendship, and it's like they're like your best friends, until you disappear for however long. And it's
And then
like,
you say goodbye on the gangway, but you never know. You might
yeah,
see
I
them again like we did.
know.
You never know when you can reconnect. As long as you're working on board, I always say you can be like be as friendly as possible because you never know. Maybe the next shift you're gonna meet these people again. The person you're working with,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So apart from this, the ship normally. Okay. So from this, we've said that is a ship crew, right? A stage crew. Excuse me, stage crew, right? So
Mhm.
I'm gonna pin it there and try to look for the position so I can put in the description so people who are interested and maybe are in your department might go look for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's not Princess, I'm actually moving over to Celebrity right now.
Oh wow.
For some, I'm swapping lines.
Mhm.
The position's named so many other different names too. It's not just stage crew. Like Celebrity's entertainment stage staff.
Okay.
I don't know what like Viking and all them are, but yeah, I mean, there's all different positions, but you get the gist of it.
True, it's true. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's true because yeah, and it's also good to swap sometimes because the vibe is always different. I remember I was in the MSC before I came to Princess. And so the vibe there was different, but then it's different names. You could be specialty bartender, you come on Princess as a good spirits bartender, as long as the role fits you, then why not? You adjust and move on, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um,
So nice. So
yeah,
the next time we will be hosting you, you will be showing us around Celebrity, I hope.
yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I'm all in.
Very
We'll give you
nice.
a nice tour. Come on board. It'd be fun.
Yeah, come on board with me. Let me show you what we do here, you know. Come to work
Yeah,
with me.
absolutely.
So apart from working on board, tell us more. Like, what do you do now when you're on vacation? What do you do in the US? Like, let's say you're off the ship. What do you do? Do you travel? Do you?
I do. In fact, I'm in California right now to visit an old friend back that I haven't seen from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in California right now. I head back to Tucson the next day, or not the next day, yeah, tomorrow. And then I'll go off and do other stuff. But when I'm off ships, I'm usually with the family. I'm usually traveling, seeing friends, picking up
Mm-hmm.
small gigs left and right on land. If there's a corporate gig or just another concert I can just get on and just make some extra cash on, and
Yeah.
or just some other, and I also have my own company too. I'm a travel agent, so I get to
Okay.
book travel too. So I get to do that, and so there's a lot of stuff. I'm always working around the clock. There's never a nonstop for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, honestly, they said when we are young, we should keep working. You know, when we still have the energy and the drive, we should just keep doing what we do best, you know. And sometimes it's
Yeah,
also good to be versatile. Like you have a travel company, you are doing this, you're doing a gig, you're on board, you know, just to keep your mind active is good. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's what I do on my shows. I'm either traveling or spending time with the family or either booking trips or touring or managing another person and making their shows look good. So I'm all over the place behind the scenes on non ships, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Kyle. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I
thank
wish
you.
I, I want to keep talking because you have so many stories. I want to remind you of so many memories.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man.
No, it's good. Well, one day you'll come to Kenya. Yeah, we're gonna host you for
I
real in
will.
Kenya. So yeah,
I promise. I will come to you.
you should. And your
I'll,
friends. You remember we have so many mutual friends also.
I know. I gotta come out and I'll bring some people with me along the way.
You're most welcome. You know, in Kenya we say "Karibu sana,"
Always, always.
Karibu sana. Yeah, it's been a nice episode, and thank you for sharing.
No,
But you
thank you for
never,
having me. I appreciate you.
yes, you never go without leaving my people with a few words of advice. You know, right now we see you as a
Yeah.
big brother.
Yeah, I always say just keep trying. If you ever want to get in the crazy industry that we're in, just apply, see what happens, and next thing you know, you could be living life at sea and or even doing something at home. It just doesn't hurt. But it's a great career to have, and I've been so fortunate and been doing it my entire life. I've been so fortunate to make a comeback at it.
Okay. Okay, lovely. So I'm gonna continue sipping my tea,
Yeah, absolutely.
but for sure I'm gonna host you again soon. And thank you so
Yeah,
much
please
for
do.
pouring it today. Yeah,
Likewise.
very good, very good. You can sing for the end.
Thank you.
You can sing a goodbye to the end. I don't know.
Goodbye.
Okay, Kyle. See you soon.
I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Okay, ciao. All right. Why am I showing you my TV?
Are we logging off? Is that what we're doing?
Okay, see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hi, thank you for always following me and watching.